The first day of the volunteer project was a whirlwind of excitement and anticipation. As I stepped into the bustling headquarters, I was greeted by a flurry of activity, volunteers buzzing around with purpose, maps and schedules pinned to bulletin boards, and a palpable sense of camaraderie in the air. I was assigned to a team tasked with environmental conservation, led by a seasoned volunteer named Jake. His enthusiasm for the project was infectious as he briefed us on the day's tasks, restoring a local wetland habitat to support endangered wildlife. The atmosphere was charged with determination and shared values, each volunteer driven by a deep-seated commitment to making a tangible difference. We worked side by side, digging trenches and planting native species under the bright sun, our efforts fueled by a sense of purpose that bound us together. Amidst the sweat and dirt, I began to understand the true essence of our mission, not just to restore ecosystems, but to forge connections and inspire change. It was here on that first day that I felt a stirring within me, a desire not only to contribute but to connect with like-minded souls who shared my passion for environmental stewardship. Little did I know, amidst the unfolding tasks and shared goals, that this journey would lead me to discover more than just the beauty of nature. It would lead me to discover a profound connection with someone who shared not only my values, but also my heart. It was during our second week on the conservation project that I first met Max. He stood out immediately among the volunteers, not just for his tall frame and easy smile, but for the unwavering enthusiasm he brought to every task. I remember that day vividly. The sun was high in the sky, casting dappled shadows through the canopy as we gathered for our morning briefing. Jake introduced Max as our newest recruit, emphasizing his background in wildlife biology and his passion for environmental conservation. From the outset, Max impressed me with his knowledge and dedication. He spoke animatedly about the importance of habitat restoration and the interconnectedness of ecosystems, his eyes alight with a fervor that mirrored my commitment to the cause. As we worked together throughout the day, I found myself drawn to his genuine enthusiasm and humble demeanor. We shared stories of our past volunteer experiences and discovered common interests in hiking, birdwatching, and sustainable living. By the time the sun began to dip below the horizon, I knew that Max was more than just a fellow volunteer. He was someone whose values and goals resonated deeply with my own. Little did I realize that our meeting that day would mark the beginning of a journey that would not only change our lives, but also strengthen our shared passion for making a meaningful impact on the world around us. The morning dawned with a crispness that hinted at the changing seasons, and Max and I found ourselves paired up for the first time on a crucial task for the conservation project. Our assignment: to assess the water quality in a nearby creek, a vital source of life for the local wildlife. Armed with sampling kits and field notebooks, we set off along the winding trails that led us to the creek's edge. The air was alive with the songs of birds and the rustling of leaves as we navigated through the lush forest. Conversation flowed easily between us, punctuated by moments of shared excitement over the flora and fauna we encountered along the way. As we reached the creek, Max's expertise in biology shone through. He explained the intricacies of water sampling techniques with a contagious passion, and I found myself captivated by his knowledge and dedication. Together, we collected samples, measured pH levels, and recorded data meticulously, each task drawing us closer as collaborators and friends. In between our scientific observations, we shared personal stories and aspirations. Max spoke fondly of his upbringing in a small town where he first developed his love for nature, while I recounted my journey into environmental activism inspired by childhood experiences in the wilderness. By the time we wrapped up our assignment, the sun had begun its descent, casting a golden hue over the tranquil creek. We exchanged smiles of satisfaction, knowing that our efforts that day would contribute to the larger goal of preserving the ecosystem we had grown to cherish. As we hiked back to camp, I couldn't help but feel a growing sense of connection with Max. Our shared passion for conservation united us in purpose, but it was our shared stories and mutual respect that forged a bond beyond the confines of our volunteer roles. Little did I know, this day would mark the beginning of a partnership that would not only strengthen our commitment to the project, but also ignite a spark of something deeper between us. The discovery of our shared values unfolded naturally, like the unfurling petals of a flower bathed in sunlight. It was one evening after a long day of fieldwork sitting around the crackling campfire, that Max and I delved deeper into our beliefs and passions. Under the canopy of stars, surrounded by the whispers of the forest, our conversation meandered through topics that resonated deeply with both of us. We spoke of our unwavering commitment to environmental conservation, sparked by childhood experiences that shaped our reverence for the natural world. Max shared stories of his adventures studying wildlife in remote corners of the globe, his eyes lighting up with a fervor that mirrored my dedication. We exchanged views on sustainability, discussing the importance of reducing our ecological footprint and advocating for policies that protect vulnerable ecosystems. As we talked late into the night, our connection grew stronger with each revelation of shared values. We found common ground in our respect for indigenous knowledge and traditional conservation practices, recognizing the wisdom embedded in cultures that have coexisted harmoniously with nature for centuries. Our discussion wasn't just about our work on the project. It was a meeting of minds and hearts, a recognition that our paths had converged not by chance, but by a shared sense of purpose. In each other's words, we found affirmation and inspiration, forging a bond that transcended mere friendship. By the time the embers of the fire dimmed and the night enveloped us in a blanket of silence, I knew that this conversation had changed everything. In Max, I had found not only a kindred spirit, but a partner in my journey toward making a meaningful difference in the world, a journey that had only just begun. Our mutual respect blossomed quietly, like a seed taking root in fertile soil, nourished by our shared dedication to the volunteer project. In the days that followed our conversation by the campfire, Max and I found ourselves collaborating more closely than ever. Whether it was mapping out trail improvements or leading educational sessions for local school children about conservation practices, our teamwork flowed effortlessly. I admired Max's ability to lead with empathy and expertise, his patience evident as he guided our team through challenging tasks. His respect for the knowledge and opinions of others, including mine, mirrored my values of inclusivity and collaboration. In turn, Max expressed appreciation for my organizational skills and attention to detail, qualities that complemented his big-picture vision. Our conversations became a dance of ideas and strategies, each of us contributing insights that enriched our approach to the project. Beyond our professional synergy, I began to notice moments of personal connection that deepened our bond. A shared glance of understanding during a team meeting, a word of encouragement exchanged in passing, small gestures that spoke volumes about the growing admiration and affection between us. As we worked side by side under the vast sky and amidst the rustling leaves, I realized that our relationship had evolved from mere colleagues to trusted confidants. Our mutual respect was not just a product of our shared goals, but a testament to the genuine regard we held for each other's strengths and values. In Max, I had found a partner whose integrity and passion mirrored my own, a realization that filled me with gratitude and anticipation for what lay ahead. Little did I know, our journey together was only beginning, promising discoveries and challenges that would test and strengthen our bond in ways we had yet to imagine. Subtle signs of mutual interest began to weave themselves into the fabric of our daily interactions, like delicate threads of a tapestry taking shape. It started with lingering gazes across the project site, moments when our eyes would meet and hold for a fraction longer than necessary. Amid discussions about soil erosion and native plant species, our conversations would veer into personal anecdotes and shared aspirations, punctuated by laughter and exchanged smiles. I noticed how Max would find reasons to stand closer during group meetings, his presence a comforting anchor amidst the flurry of activity. His hand would brush mine in passing, a touch that sent a ripple of warmth through me, sparking a silent acknowledgement of our growing connection. Our rapport extended beyond the project tasks, manifesting in spontaneous gestures of thoughtfulness, a freshly brewed cup of coffee left on my desk in the morning, a hand-picked wildflower tucked into the pages of my field notebook with a note of encouragement. As we ventured deeper into the heart of our shared mission, our interactions became infused with a palpable energy, an unspoken understanding that transcended words. In those stolen moments between tasks, I began to see glimpses of a future where our partnership extended beyond the confines of our volunteer roles. Yet amidst the undeniable chemistry and unspoken longing, a cautious restraint lingered, a mutual respect for the boundaries of our professional environment, a shared understanding that our journey together was still unfolding. In those moments of subtle revelation, I found myself wondering where our connection would lead, drawn irresistibly towards the promise of a future where our shared passion for conservation could be mirrored in a partnership built on trust, respect, and perhaps something more. The signs of attraction between Max and I began to reveal themselves in subtle yet unmistakable ways, transforming our conversations into moments charged with a newfound intimacy. It started with our discussions veering effortlessly from project logistics to personal anecdotes. Over cups of coffee before dawn, or during brief breaks beneath the shade of towering trees, we shared stories of our upbringing, our dreams, and the passions that fueled our souls. Max had a way of making me feel seen and understood, his genuine interest in my experiences and perspectives creating a sense of connection that went beyond our shared volunteer work. He listened attentively, asking insightful questions that encouraged me to delve deeper into my motivations and aspirations. In turn, I found myself drawn to Max's openness and vulnerability. He shared moments from his own life with a candor that mirrored my own, painting vivid pictures of adventures in remote corners of the world and reflecting on the profound impact those experiences had on his worldview. As our conversations unfolded, I noticed a subtle shift in our interactions. A brush of our hands as we reached for the same tool, a lingering glance that spoke volumes without a single word exchanged. These small gestures of affection and shared interest became the threads that wove us closer together, binding our hearts in a silent dance of mutual attraction. Amidst the backdrop of our shared passion for conservation and the exhilaration of working towards a common goal, I began to entertain the possibility of a future where Max and I could explore not only the depths of nature, but also the depths of our connection. Yet, beneath the surface of budding attraction lingered a sense of caution, a respect for the delicate balance between professional duty and personal desires. We navigated this uncharted territory with care, mindful of the impact our growing closeness could have on our work and the dynamics within our volunteer team. In the quiet moments between tasks, I found myself reflecting on the nuances of our relationship, savoring the anticipation and uncertainty that accompanied each shared smile and exchanged glance. It was a journey of discovery, one that held the promise of mutual understanding and emotional resonance, grounded in our shared values and aspirations. As we continued to collaborate and bond over our shared experiences, I couldn't help but wonder where our evolving connection would lead. The possibilities stretched before us like uncharted paths through a forest, inviting us to explore, grow, and embrace the potential for something beautiful and meaningful between us. The evening of our first date unfolded like a chapter from a storybook, filled with anticipation and a quiet undercurrent of excitement. We had agreed to meet at a cozy cafe nestled in the heart of town, away from the familiar backdrop of our volunteer project. As I walked through the door, the sight of Max waiting with a warm smile sent a flutter of nerves through me. Dressed casually yet stylishly, he exuded a relaxed confidence that mirrored my mixed feelings of eagerness and uncertainty. We settled into a corner booth, surrounded by the soft glow of ambient lighting and the comforting hum of quiet conversation around us. The atmosphere was charged with a blend of familiarity and newfound intimacy, a testament to the bond we had nurtured through our shared experiences. Our conversation flowed effortlessly, seamlessly transitioning from discussions about the project to more personal topics. We laughed over shared anecdotes from our time in the field, reminiscing about the challenges and triumphs that had brought us closer together. As the evening progressed, I found myself drawn to Max's ability to listen intently and share his vulnerabilities. He spoke openly about his hopes for the future, his passion for conservation, and the profound impact our work together had on his perspective. Amid our exchange, a sense of clarity settled over me. The connection I felt with Max went beyond admiration and friendship. It was a deep, undeniable attraction that had quietly taken root amidst our shared goals and mutual respect. I realized then, as we lingered over dessert and exchanged lingering glances, that our first date was not just a moment in time, but a turning point in our relationship. The realization that our feelings were mutual sparked a gentle wave of excitement and nervousness, tinged with the anticipation of what the future held for us. As we parted ways that night with promises to meet again soon, I couldn't help but smile at the thought of the journey Max and I were embarking on together. Our first date had opened a new chapter in our story, one filled with possibilities, growth, and the promise of a love that had blossomed unexpectedly but beautifully amidst the shared passion that brought us together. Our relationship unfolded like the petals of a flower, each moment delicate yet purposeful, as we navigated the path from friendship towards something deeper. After our first date, Max and I found ourselves drawn to each other in ways that extended beyond our shared volunteer project. We began spending more time together outside of our scheduled workdays, exploring local hiking trails, attending community events, and simply enjoying each other's company over quiet dinners or shared cups of coffee. Our conversations grew more intimate, delving into our pasts, our dreams for the future, and the values that anchored our lives. I cherished the moments when Max would reach for my hand during a sunset stroll, or when our laughter echoed through the woods as we discovered hidden treasures along the trail. As our bond deepened, so did our understanding of each other's strengths and vulnerabilities. Max became my confidant, someone I could share my hopes and fears with without reservation. He listened with empathy and offered unwavering support, grounding me during moments of uncertainty and celebrating my achievements with genuine joy. In turn, I witnessed Max's unwavering dedication to our relationship and his willingness to navigate the complexities of intertwining our personal and professional lives. We learned to balance our roles as colleagues and partners, respecting the boundaries of each other while nurturing the connection that continued to blossom between us. Our journey together was a testament to the power of shared experiences and mutual respect. Whether we were working side by side on conservation projects or enjoying moments of quiet solitude, every interaction deepened our bond and reaffirmed our commitment to each other. As we embarked on this new chapter of our lives, I couldn't help but marvel at the unexpected beauty of our relationship. What had begun as a partnership rooted in common goals had evolved into a love that transcended boundaries, anchored in trust, admiration, and a shared vision for a future filled with endless possibilities. Our romance blossomed like a delicate flower, its petals unfolding in secret moments of intimacy and closeness, shielded from the prying eyes of colleagues and friends. It began innocently enough, with stolen glances and subtle touches that sparked a mutual understanding between Max and me. Our interactions at work took on a new dimension, a shared language of smiles and unspoken promises that hinted at something deeper brewing beneath the surface. Our first clandestine meeting took place during a weekend volunteer event in a quaint town nearby. While the rest of the team gathered for dinner at a bustling restaurant, Max and I slipped away unnoticed to explore the quiet streets lined with old brick buildings and antique shops. The air was crisp with the scent of autumn leaves, and the streets were bathed in the soft glow of street lamps casting long shadows on cobblestone paths. As we strolled arm in arm, our conversation flowed effortlessly, weaving between memories of childhood adventures and dreams for the future. I found myself drawn to Max's ability to make me laugh, his wit and charm creating a sense of ease that melted away any lingering reservations. In the weeks that followed, our secret rendezvous became a regular occurrence. A stolen lunch in the park, where we lingered over sandwiches and shared secrets amidst the rustling of leaves. A quiet afternoon spent exploring a nearby nature reserve, where we marveled at the beauty of untouched landscapes and stole kisses beneath the canopy of ancient trees. Each hidden moment of romance deepened our connection, strengthening the bond that had begun as a partnership in volunteerism and evolved into something far more profound. I cherished the stolen glances across the room during team meetings, the reassuring squeeze of Max's hand as we passed each other in the hallway, a silent affirmation of our love hidden in plain sight. Navigating the complexities of our dual roles, colleagues by day, lovers by night, became a dance of discretion and restraint. We maintained a careful balance, ensuring that our relationship never compromised our professional integrity or the harmony of our volunteer project. Despite the thrill of our secret romance, there were moments of longing for a future where we could openly share our love with the world. We dreamed of picnics in the park without the need for secrecy, of holding hands beneath the starlit sky without fear of prying eyes. But for now, our hidden romance was a sanctuary, a sacred space where we could nurture our love away from the expectations and judgments of others. In those stolen moments, I found solace in Max's unwavering presence and the knowledge that our love was a flame burning brightly, patiently awaiting its moment to illuminate our shared path forward. One crisp autumn evening, Max and I found ourselves sitting on a weathered bench, overlooking the tranquil expanse of the river, our breath visible in the chilly air as we embarked on a conversation that would shape our future together. The setting sun painted the sky in shades of orange and pink, casting a warm glow over the landscape and lending a sense of serenity to our surroundings. We had chosen this spot for its solitude, a place where we could speak freely without the distractions of our daily lives. As we sipped steaming mugs of hot cocoa, the conversation flowed effortlessly from reminiscing about our shared adventures to contemplating what lay ahead. I spoke of my aspirations to further my career in environmental advocacy and to make a meaningful impact in conservation efforts that stretched beyond our local community. To my delight, Max shared a similar vision, a deep-rooted desire to dedicate his life to protecting the natural world, advocating for sustainable practices, and inspiring others to join the cause. His eyes sparkled with passion as he spoke, his words resonating with the same fervor that had drawn me to him from the beginning. We discussed our dreams of traveling to remote corners of the globe, exploring pristine landscapes, and contributing to initiatives that promoted biodiversity and ecological balance. Our goals began to intertwine seamlessly, each revelation strengthening the foundation of our relationship and igniting a shared sense of purpose. Amidst the quiet hum of evening insects and the gentle lapping of water against the riverbank, I realized that our future was no longer a distant concept, but a tangible reality taking shape before us. We spoke of the challenges we might face, the sacrifices we were willing to make, and the unwavering support we would offer each other along the way. At that moment, as the last rays of sunlight dipped below the horizon, I knew with certainty that Max and I were not only partners in love, but kindred spirits, united by a shared commitment to making a difference in the world. Our conversation about the future was more than just a dialogue. It was a promise, a vow to stand by each other's side as we pursued our dreams and forged a path forward, hand in hand. Navigating the intricacies of our relationship against the backdrop of our shared activities was not without its challenges. As Max and I grew closer, doubts and apprehensions began to surface, casting shadows on the path we had begun to walk together. I found myself wrestling with questions that lingered in the corners of my mind. Could our romance withstand the pressures of our professional lives? Would our colleagues perceive our relationship as a distraction or worse, a betrayal of the trust placed in us as volunteers? The weight of these uncertainties bore heavily on my heart, threatening to eclipse the joy and excitement I had felt in Max's presence. I worried about the impact our relationship might have on our ability to work effectively as a team, to maintain the same level of camaraderie and mutual respect that had defined our partnership thus far. In moments of solitude, I grappled with the fear of risking not only our happiness, but also the harmony of the volunteer project we both held dear. I questioned whether our love was worth the potential repercussions, whether we could navigate the complexities of our dual roles without compromising our integrity or the mission we had committed ourselves to. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, one thing remained clear. My feelings for Max were deep and unwavering. His presence brought a sense of comfort and completeness that I had not known before. His support a steady anchor in the storm of my doubts. As we continued to navigate the delicate balance between personal desires and professional obligations, I sought solace in open and honest conversations with Max. We shared our fears and uncertainties, discussing strategies to maintain professionalism while nurturing our blossoming romance. In those moments of vulnerability, I found reassurance in Max's unwavering commitment to our relationship and his belief in our ability to overcome any challenges that lay ahead. Together, we forged a path forward, one that honored our shared values and aspirations, while acknowledging the complexities of our intertwined lives. The journey through doubts and apprehensions was a testament to the strength of our bond and the resilience of our love. Each hurdle we faced brought us closer together, reinforcing our belief in the power of communication, trust, and mutual understanding. As we emerged from this chapter stronger and more united than before, I realized that our relationship was not defined by the obstacles we encountered, but by our determination to face them together, hand in hand, as we continued to write our story, one page at a time. Navigating the complexities of our relationship within the framework of our shared volunteer activities inevitably led us down paths fraught with challenges. However, With each conflict we encountered, Max and I discovered new depths of understanding and resilience that strengthened our bond. The first real challenge arose during a crucial project meeting where our differing opinions threatened to overshadow our mutual respect and teamwork. Emotions ran high as we debated passionately, our dynamics spilling over into our professional responsibilities. In the aftermath of that tense exchange, we retreated to a quiet corner of the project office, the air heavy with unspoken tension. It was there, amidst the hum of computers and the faint scent of coffee, that we confronted the reality of our situation. I expressed my concerns about the impact our relationship might have on our ability to work effectively as a team, fearing that our disagreements could compromise the success of our volunteer efforts. Max listened attentively, his expression a mixture of empathy and determination. We made a pact that day to prioritize our shared goals and values above all else, to approach conflicts with open hearts, and a commitment to finding common ground. It was a promise rooted in our belief that our relationship could thrive without overshadowing our dedication to the cause we both held dear. As we faced subsequent challenges, a scheduling conflict that tested our ability to compromise, and a misunderstanding that threatened to strain our communication, I found reassurance in Max's unwavering support and his willingness to confront issues head-on. Together, we developed strategies to address conflicts constructively, setting aside time to discuss concerns openly and honestly. We embraced the power of active listening, seeking to understand each other's perspectives before seeking resolution. In moments of tension, we leaned on the foundation of trust we had built, knowing that our commitment to each other and our shared mission would guide us through even the most difficult times. Our ability to navigate conflicts with grace and understanding became a testament to the strength of our partnership. As we emerged from each challenge stronger and more united, I realized that our relationship was not defined by the conflicts we faced, but by our mutual determination to overcome them together. Each resolution brought us closer, reinforcing our belief in the power of teamwork and compromise. In the end, our journey through resolving issues and conflicts taught us valuable lessons about communication, resilience, and the enduring power of love. It was a chapter in our story that illustrated our commitment to growth and partnership as we continued to navigate the complexities of life and love hand in hand. The decision to reveal our romantic connection to our volunteer team weighed heavily on both Max and me. It was a momentous step, one that would test the boundaries of our professional and personal lives intertwined within the fabric of our shared passion for volunteerism. As we gathered the team for our regular project meeting in the community center, I felt a mix of nervous anticipation and quiet resolve. The room buzzed with the usual energy of collaboration and camaraderie, yet beneath the surface, a tension lingered, an unspoken awareness of the conversation that awaited us. Max and I exchanged a silent glance across the room, a wordless affirmation of our mutual readiness to take this significant leap forward. With a deep breath, I stood before our team, my voice steady despite the flutter of butterflies in my stomach. "I have something important to share with all of you," I began, my gaze sweeping over the faces of my colleagues, friends who had become family through shared experiences and common goals. Max and we've developed a deeper connection beyond our volunteer work together. A hushed silence fell over the room, punctuated only by the soft rustling of papers and the faint hum of the air conditioning. I felt Max's reassuring presence beside me, his hand finding mine in a gesture of solidarity. "We wanted you all to know because transparency and honesty are core values we hold dear," I continued, my words measured yet filled with genuine sincerity. "Our relationship doesn't change our commitment to this project or each of you. If anything, it strengthens our dedication to our shared goals." As I spoke, I saw understanding and acceptance gradually replace the initial surprise on the faces of our team members. There were nods of reassurance and supportive smiles that spoke volumes of the bonds we had forged through our collective efforts. In the moments that followed, our team engaged in an open dialogue, expressing their support and appreciation for our honesty. Questions were asked, concerns were addressed, and through it all, Max and I stood united, reaffirming our commitment to our work and each other. The weight of secrecy was lifted, replaced by a newfound sense of freedom and authenticity. We were no longer hiding behind veils of discretion, but standing proudly as partners, both in love and in our dedication to making a difference. As the meeting drew to a close, I felt a sense of peace settle over me, knowing that we had navigated this pivotal moment with grace and integrity. Our relationship had transitioned from a private affair to a shared truth among friends and collaborators, a testament to the power of openness and mutual respect. In the days and weeks that followed, our volunteer team continued to thrive, fueled by a renewed sense of unity and purpose. Our love story had become an integral part of our journey together, woven into the fabric of our shared experiences and shaping the future of our collective efforts. Revealing our relationship was not just a milestone, but a celebration of authenticity and resilience, a testament to the enduring strength of love and the bonds that unite us in pursuit of common dreams. The aftermath of revealing our relationship to our volunteer team was a kaleidoscope of emotions and reactions, ranging from wholehearted approval to cautious reservation. As Max and I navigated the dynamics of our newfound transparency, we encountered a spectrum of responses that reflected the diversity of our team's perspectives and personal beliefs. For many of our colleagues, the news of our romance was met with warmth and support. They expressed genuine happiness for us, celebrating our courage to share our personal lives within the context of our shared mission. There were hugs, congratulatory messages, and a palpable sense of camaraderie that underscored the depth of our relationships beyond our volunteer roles. Others approached the revelation with a more measured stance, voicing concerns about potential conflicts of interest or the impact on team dynamics. Their apprehensions were rooted in a desire to maintain professionalism and the integrity of our collaborative efforts, a sentiment we deeply respected and sought to address with open communication and reassurance. In the days that followed, Max and I made a concerted effort to engage with those who expressed reservations, listening attentively to their perspectives and addressing any concerns with transparency and empathy. We emphasized our commitment to upholding the mission and values of our volunteer project, ensuring that our relationship would enhance rather than detract from our collective goals. There were moments of constructive dialogue where misconceptions were clarified and fears were alleviated through shared understanding. We embraced the opportunity to foster an inclusive environment where everyone felt valued and respected, regardless of their stance on our relationship. Amidst the varying reactions, one thing remained constant: the unwavering support and encouragement from our closest friends within the team. They served as pillars of strength, offering guidance and solidarity as we navigated the nuances of being both colleagues and partners. As time passed, the initial ripples of uncertainty gave way to a sense of unity and cohesion within our volunteer community. Our relationship became a symbol of authenticity and trust, inspiring others to embrace vulnerability and celebrate the complexities of human connection. Looking back, I am grateful for the richness of experiences that unfolded in the wake of our revelation. It taught us invaluable lessons about resilience, empathy, and the power of acceptance within a collaborative environment. Our journey through the reactions of our surroundings was not just about overcoming obstacles, but about forging deeper connections and fostering a culture of inclusivity and mutual respect. It reaffirmed our belief in the transformative power of transparency and reaffirmed our commitment to making a meaningful difference together, both in our personal lives and in the communities we served. As I reflect on the journey that brought Max into my life through our shared volunteer work, I am overwhelmed with gratitude and a profound sense of fulfillment. Our story is one of serendipity and shared values, where our paths converged in the most unexpected yet meaningful ways. From the moment we first met, there was an undeniable connection, a shared enthusiasm for the cause we believed in, and mutual respect's dedication. Our conversations evolved from project strategies to personal aspirations, revealing layers of compatibility that transcended our professional roles. Navigating the complexities of balancing our growing affection with our responsibilities to the volunteer team was a journey filled with challenges and moments of profound growth. We learned to communicate openly, to support each other through difficult decisions, and to celebrate our achievements together. The decision to reveal our relationship with our volunteer community was a pivotal moment, one that solidified our commitment to authenticity and trust. The reactions ranged from enthusiastic support to cautious optimism, yet through it all, we remained steadfast in our belief that our love strengthened rather than detracted from our shared goals. As our relationship deepened, so too did our appreciation for the profound impact of our volunteer work. Together, we witnessed firsthand the transformative power of community and compassion, inspiring us to contribute our best selves to the causes we held dear. Today, as I stand beside Max, hand in hand, I am filled with a profound sense of happiness and contentment. I have found not only a partner, but a kindred spirit, a person who shares my values, dreams, and aspirations for a better world. Our journey continues, guided by the principles of empathy, resilience, and a shared commitment to making a meaningful difference. Through the highs and lows, we navigate life's challenges with unwavering support and unwavering love. I'm grateful for the lessons learned, the friendships forged, and the love that binds us together. In Max, I have found not just a companion but a soulmate, a testament to the power of connection and the beauty of finding happiness in unexpected places.